Welcome back to another episode of Valuable Coins, where we dive deep into the world of numismatics, uncovering the most valuable and unique coins in the market today. If you're a coin enthusiast, collector, or simply interested in the incredible value of rare coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we will explore two of the most fascinating and expensive United States coins currently circulating the auction market. First up, where we explore fascinating coins and their values. Today, we're focusing on one of the most iconic pennies in American history, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, specifically the large date variety without a mint mark. And we're going to talk about what this coin is worth in today's market, even if it's in a dirty or well-worn condition. Before we jump into the value, let's talk a bit about the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny itself. The Wheat Penny series was produced from 1909 to 1958, featuring the famous wheat ears on the reverse side. The 1956 penny was minted towards the end of this iconic series, making it a favorite for collectors. The 1956 penny came into date sizes: the large date and the small date. Today, we're focusing on the large date version, and since there's no mint mark below the date, we know this one was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse side features the famous wheat ears design, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. While not as rare as some other wheat pennies, the 1956 large date no mint mark is still highly collectible, especially when it comes to condition. Now, let's discuss what dirty condition really means. In coin collecting, a dirty coin is one that shows visible surface grime, dirt buildup, or tarnish, sometimes obscuring the finer details of the design. These coins may have been found in circulation or stored improperly, leading to a less than pristine appearance. Dirty pennies often appear dull, with a buildup that can hide the original luster. While this doesn't always mean the coin is worthless, it does impact the value, especially compared to coins that have been well preserved or well-served, or professionally cleaned. So what's the value of a 1956 large date wheat penny without mint mark? In dirty condition generally, these coins can be worth anywhere from $120,000 on the market today. The dirt and wear typically lower the value compared to cleaned or well-maintained coins, but it still holds some collectible interest. By contrast, a 1956 large date penny in fine or better condition can command higher prices, typically ranging from $147,000 or more, especially if the coin retains some of its original red copper color. If you find a dirty penny like this one, here's a tip: don't try to clean it aggressively, because scrubbing or using harsh chemicals can actually damage the coin and reduce its value even further. Instead, gently rinse it with distilled water and pat dry with a soft cloth if you want to improve its appearance slightly. To sum up, while a 1956 large date Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark in dirty condition isn't going to break the bank, it's still a neat piece of American numismatic history worth holding on to, especially if you enjoy collecting coins from the Wheat Penny series. Next up today, we're going on another exciting journey into the world of coin collecting, focusing on one of the classic pieces in American numismatics, the 1935 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, specifically the large date variety without a mint mark in fine condition. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a true survivor from the Great Depression era. It was minted at a time when America was working to recover from economic hardship, making coins from this period especially meaningful to collectors. Let's take a closer look. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is confirmed by the absence of a mint mark under the date. The large date variety of this coin is known for its bold and easy-to-read numerals. It's a small detail, but an important one for collectors who specialize in date and variety sets. The reverse side of the coin features the famous wheat stalks, a design that lasted from 1909 until 1958. These two wheat ears have become iconic. in the world of numismatics and symbolize prosperity and the agricultural strength of the nation. Now, let's talk about coin condition and grading. The coin we're focusing on today is in fine condition. In numismatic terms, fine condition, or roughly an F12 to F15 on the grading scale, means that the coin has been circulated but still retains solid, visible details. In fine condition, Lincoln's profile is clear, but you'll notice significant wear on the high points like his jaw, his cheekbone, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Some of the finer lines are smoothed out from circulation, but the overall design is still strong and fully readable. Compared to coins in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, a fine-grade coin shows its age, but that's part of its story. Many collectors love coins like this because they've been touched by history. So now, the big question: what is this coin worth in today's market? Based on recent auction results and collector interest, a 1935 large-date Lincoln wheat penny, without mint mark in fine condition, typically sells for around 20 cents to $1.50. Coins in this grade sell at a modest price because the 1935 penny was produced in large quantities, making it a common date in the wheat penny series. However, prices can vary slightly depending on buyer demand, copper color, and eye appeal. While fine condition coins are affordable, if you have a 1935 penny in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, the value can jump to $300 to $400 or more. Brilliant red pennies in top grades can even fetch higher prices from dedicated collectors. Here's a quick tip: even if your coin isn't perfect, store it properly. Use coin flips, albums, or protective cases to prevent further wear. And remember, never clean your coins. Cleaning can reduce their value instantly.
1966 Jefferson nickel, specifically the ones without a mint mark in 1966. The U.S. Mint was in a transition period. From 1965 to 1967, mint marks were deliberately omitted from coins as part of an effort to discourage coin hoarding during a coin shortage. This means the 1966 Jefferson nickel doesn't have the usual D for Denver or S for San Francisco, so all the nickels from those years look nearly identical. The 1966 nickel is often overlooked because it's so common. Over 1.3 billion were made. Yet, despite this huge number, some collectors still pay close attention to these coins, even when they're not in perfect shape. And why? Because of what's inside the coin. Unlike nickels before 1965, the 1966 Jefferson nickel was made with a special composition. It's 75% copper and 25% nickel, but during this era, the mint experimented with a slightly different alloy, and the removal of mint marks gave rise to some unique variations and errors that collectors love now. You might be wondering, damaged? Really? How valuable can a beat-up 5-cent coin be? Well, even nickels that are scratched, bent, or heavily worn can be worth more than face value. They have rare characteristics or errors. Damage like scratches, corrosion, or even minor bends usually decrease a coin's value. But some coins are so scarce or have unique traits, like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, that even in damaged condition, collectors will pay a premium. Specifically for the 1966 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, the key to value is spotting errors or unique minting anomalies. Some nickels have double die obverse, meaning the lettering or images appear doubled, and even if these coins are damaged, that doubling can make them worth $20,000 or more. So what's the going rate today for a standard 1966 no mint mark nickel in poor condition, say heavily worn or scratched? You'll typically get around 10 to 250.00 if selling to collectors or dealers. That's still 2 to 5 times face value, which isn't bad for damaged change. Why would collectors buy damaged coins? Simple: rarity and uniqueness matter more than perfect condition for certain types of errors. Damaged coins that show clear minting mistakes are prized for their story and their scarcity.
Next up, we're focusing on a classic American treasure, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln Wheat penny. Specifically, the large date version without a mint mark. And we'll dive deep into its value in fine condition in today's market. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted during World War II, a pivotal moment in American and world history. The penny you see here is from the Philadelphia Mint, which is indicated by the absence of a mint mark below the date now. About that large date, this refers to the size and shape of the numerals in the date. In 1944, there were two distinct varieties: the large date and the small date. The large date has a noticeably bigger and bolder font, making it easier to identify. The wheat penny design features two stalks of wheat on the reverse side, symbolizing prosperity. These pennies were minted from 1909 to 1958 and are a staple for collectors because of their history and design. Let's talk about condition. This coin is graded as fine, which means it has moderate wear, but all the major details like Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks are still clear and visible. Fine condition coins show clear outlines, but with noticeable smoothing of finer details. So, what's the value of a 1944 large date Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in fine condition today? Based on current market trends and recent sales, these coins typically sell between 30 cents and $1.50, depending on the coin's exact condition and market demand. While a coin in fine condition can be worth up to around $1 or so, coins in higher grades, such as very fine or extremely fine, can command prices upwards of $3 to $5 or more. Especially if the coin retains some original luster, you own a 1944 wheat penny. Here's a tip: avoid cleaning your coins aggressively. Cleaning can reduce their value significantly. Instead, store them properly in coin holders or albums to preserve their condition.
Next up, the 1940 for Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. What makes it special? How much is it worth in today's market? And what should you look out for if you think you have one? Stay tuned because we're covering it all first. Let's set the stage. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938 and has been a staple in American coinage ever since. It features the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famous home, on the reverse. Now, the year 1944 is particularly interesting. You see, during World War II, from 1942 to 1945, the U.S. Mint used a special wartime composition for nickels, a silver alloy consisting of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, instead of the usual copper nickel. This was to conserve nickel, which was a critical war material. 1940 for nickels are part of this war nickel series, making them historically significant. But here's the twist: most 1940 for nickels were minted in Denver, bearing a D mint mark. The ones without a mint mark were minted in Philadelphia, and these tend to be less common in fine condition than you might think. So how do you identify a 1940 for Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? It's simple. Check the reverse side, just to the right of Monticello, underneath the building. If you don't see a D or S mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Mint nickels from this year are interesting because of their wartime silver content. They're not super rare, but when found in higher grades, like fine or better, their value can be surprisingly high. Before we talk numbers, let's quickly explain what fine condition means for coins. The Sheldon coin grading scale ranges from poor P1 to perfect mint state MS70. A fine grade, usually around F12 to F15, means the coin has moderate wear, but all major details are still visible. For a 1940 for Jefferson nickel, that means Jefferson's profile is clear, Monticello's outline and details like windows and rooflines are distinguishable, and the coin still has good eye appeal. The value depends on several factors: the silver content, collector demand, and condition. In general, a 1940 for Philadelphia war nickel in fine condition can fetch anywhere between $200 in the current market But here's a twist. Because of its 35% silver content, if the silver market price rises, the melt value of the coin could push the floor price higher. As of now, silver prices hover around $250 per ounce, which means the silver alone in a war nickel is worth roughly around 400 more than its face value. That sets a minimum base value, and if you're looking to sell, price it competitively, based on condition and current silver prices. But remember, collectors often pay a premium for coins with historical significance, so there you have it. The 1940 for Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a fascinating piece of American history, with real value, especially in fine condition. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or already a seasoned collector, this little silver nickel is definitely worth a closer look.
Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1918 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, specifically the large date variety without mint mark, featuring a beautiful red color shade, but unfortunately in damaged condition. We'll explore what makes this coin special, its characteristics, and most importantly, its value in today's market. The 1918 Lincoln wheat penny is part of the famous wheat penny series minted between 1909 and 1958. This particular coin comes from the Philadelphia Mint. As indicated by the absence of a mint mark, the large date variety of 1918 is distinguished by its bold, larger numerals in the date, which differ from the small date variety minted the same year. Collectors pay close attention to this detail because it affects the coin's rarity and value. The reverse side features the iconic wheat ears, a symbol of prosperity and American agriculture. But what really sets this coin apart is its red color shade, which indicates the original copper luster is still present. A highly desirable trait among collectors. Coins with a red color shade have a bright, scary reddish appearance, showing that they've retained much of their original copper surface without significant oxidation or darkening. This color can significantly increase a coin's value, even if the coin itself shows some damage. Unfortunately, this particular 1918 penny is in damaged condition. Damage can include scratches, corrosion, cleaning marks, or other surface imperfections that affect its eye appeal and collector value in coin grading terms. Damage reduces a coin's grade regardless of its color or rarity. Even a rare coin in damaged condition usually sells for less than a similar coin in better condition. So, what does this mean for value? A 1918 large date Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, in red color but in damaged condition, typically sells for about $500 to $750 in today's market, depending on the extent of the damage and overall eye appeal. In comparison, a well-preserved 1918 large date penny with full red color and minimal wear can fetch upwards of $50 to $100 or more, especially if it's graded very fine or better. If you own a coin like this, here's an important tip. Avoid further damage by handling it carefully. Hold coins by their edges. Avoid cleaning them with harsh chemicals and store them in proper holders or coin flips to prevent further deterioration. 2. Wrap things up. The 1918 large date Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in red color shade but damaged condition is a collectible coin worth between $800 and $1,000 today. While damage lowers its value, the red color still makes it desirable among collectors who appreciate its history and copper beauty.
Next up, the 1940 to Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. In extremely fine condition, stick around because we'll talk about its history, why it's so valuable, how to identify it, and of course, what you can expect it to be worth in today's market. The 1940 to Jefferson nickel is special for a few reasons. First, let's talk about the historical context. During World War II, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the composition of the nickel due to the war effort. Nickel, a critical metal for military manufacturing, was in short supply. So starting in 1942 and continuing through 1945, Jefferson nickels were made mostly from a copper-silver-manganese alloy instead of the usual copper nickel this unique. War nickel alloy contains 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This gives the coin a distinct silvery appearance, different from typical nickels, making these nickels highly collectible today now. About the mint marks. In 1942, nickels were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Usually, you'd see a mint mark D for Denver or S for San Francisco. However, the Philadelphia Mint, the largest producer, did not put any mint mark on their coins during this time. When it comes to condition, extremely fine, or EF, is a grade used by coin graders to indicate a coin that has light wear on the highest points but retains most of its original detail. For a 1942 nickel, that means clear date and mint details, visible design features, and only minor surface wear. So, what is the current market value? As of 2025, extremely fine 1940 to Jefferson nickels without a mint mark generally fetch anywhere between $15,000 at retail. Prices can vary depending on the specific coin's eye appeal and market demand. If you're hunting for these coins, be sure to check pocket change, coin rolls, or your collection if you've been sitting on old nickels without realizing what you have. So there you have it. The 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extremely fine condition is a beautiful piece of history with a modest but meaningful value in today's market.
Next up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny specifically. The large date variety with the S mint mark, featuring a unique black color shade in good condition. We'll break down the coin's history, key features, and what it's really worth in today's market. The 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted just after World War II, a time when America was rebuilding and booming economically. This particular coin comes from the San Francisco Mint, which is indicated by the S mint mark located just beneath the date on the obverse side. The large date version of the 1947 penny is the standard format for that year. The numerals are bold and easily visible, and it's important to note this detail when verifying the authenticity of your coin. The reverse side of this beautiful coin features the classic 2 wheat stalks, a signature design of Lincoln Wheat Pennies from 1909 to 1958. This design is beloved by collectors worldwide and is often one of the first types of coins people start collecting. Now, what makes this particular coin stand out is its black color shade. Over time, some copper coins develop darker, almost black surfaces due to oxidation, environmental exposure, or chemical reactions with moisture and air. While this color doesn't necessarily increase the coin's value, it gives it a distinctive appearance that some collectors find visually appealing. Lincoln pennies can range in color, from bright red, indicating minimal exposure, to deep brown, or even black, which shows significant oxidation. This black toning can either be natural or caused by improper storage. Let's talk about grading. The coin we're focusing on today is in good condition. In the coin world, this means a grade around G4. Coins in good condition show heavy wear, but the major details, like Lincoln's profile, the date, and the mint mark, are still clearly identifiable in good condition. Much of the finer detail on Lincoln's hair, cheek, and coat is worn smooth, and the wheat ears on the reverse may show very little detail remaining. Despite this, rare coins in good condition still hold collectible value, especially for their historical significance. So, how much is a 1947 Ness large date Lincoln Wheat Penny in good condition with a black-colored shade worth in today's market? Currently, in the collector's market, this type of coin typically sells for between 10 cents and $1, depending on the overall eye appeal and the level of oxidation. While the black color shade is unique, it doesn't significantly boost the value compared to red or brown coins in higher grades. On the other hand, If you find a 1947 penny in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, especially in a bright red shade, the value can rise significantly, sometimes up to $5, $10, or even more for coins with excellent luster and minimal wear if you have a penny like this in your collection. Even in black color shade and good condition, remember to handle it carefully. Always hold coins by the edges and store them in protective holders or albums to prevent further oxidation or physical damage. And most importantly, never clean your coins. Cleaning can strip the surface, remove natural toning, and dramatically lower the coin's value even if the coin looks more shiny afterward. To summarize, the 1947 next large date Lincoln Wheat penny in good condition with a black color shade is a common, yet historically meaningful coin. It's typically valued between 10 cents and $1 in today's market, though not a rare key date. It's a great addition to any wheat penny set and tells the story of post-war America beautifully.
Next up, the 1945 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. This little 5-cent coin has quite a story, and believe it or not, even in dirty or worn condition, it can still hold significant value in today's market. So, if you're a coin collector or just curious about rare coins, stick around, because this nickel is one you want to know about. First off, let's talk about what makes the 1945 Jefferson nickel special. This nickel was minted during the final year of World War II because of wartime metal shortages. Nickels minted from 1942 to 1945 were made with a unique alloy minus 35% silver, along with copper and manganese, instead of the usual copper-nickel blend. This makes these war nickels not only valuable to collectors, but also interesting for their silver content. Now, normally, nickels have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, either D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. The 1945 nickels without a mint mark were minted in Philadelphia. What's interesting here is that the Philadelphia 1945 nickels are the rarest among the war nickels, with a lower mintage compared to Denver and San Francisco. This makes the no mint mark version more sought after, but what if the coin is in dirty or circulated condition? Maybe it's got grime, scratches, or is just worn from years of use. Does it still have value? Absolutely. While collectors always prefer coins in mint or uncirculated condition, even well-worn 1945 no-mint mark nickels can be worth more than face value. To give you an idea, coin grading ranges from poor, fair, good, very good, fine, very fine, extremely fine, to mint state. A dirty coin usually falls somewhere in the lower range, like poor to good, meaning it's heavily circulated with lots of wear and maybe dirt or discoloration. So, what's the value of a 1945 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? In dirty condition, as of 2025, these coins generally sell for anywhere between $800, $0 depending on how worn or dirty they are. Why? Because of the silver content alone, it's already worth more than the face value of 5 cents. So if you find a 1945 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in your change or coin collection, don't toss it aside just because it looks dirty or worn. It could be worth a few dollars to the right collector, or even more if cleaned properly by a professional. Remember though, cleaning coins yourself can reduce their value, so be cautious if you want to learn more about rare coins, coin grading, or how to spot valuable coins in your pocket change. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, comment below if you've ever found a rare coin like this, or if you want me to cover other valuable nickels or coins.